Wow, what's up? This your boy DJ Mannie Fresh, and I'm a hustle and shine in the morning. You heard me?
Look, D, we got another show, another legend on the show, and this one speaks more to me than you. You know what I'm saying, man? We got DJ Mannie Fresh. Me being a DJ and trying to transition into making beats and a producer, this is perfect for me. So, Mannie, welcome to Hustle and Shine in the morning. And we're going to give you a warm Kansas City welcome, especially going down when you come to the town, to the forecast. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, brother. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all so much.
Now, I just saw you, you was hanging out with the South 85 guys, and when you leave Kansas City, you going to hang out with them. Did they get you your Bentley yet, man?
Oh, we working on it. We working on Maybach for Manny. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. So I'm guessing you gonna pull up in that Bentley October 25th to that Verzuz battle for Cash Money and No Limit. That's
no
going
telling
down.
what everybody gonna pull up in that. You know what I'm saying? And real talk, y'all been waiting for that, right? The world been waiting for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
So
a win.
it is, and then like this is a dream for me in middle and high school. You know, that was 97, 98, 99, you know, for me, early high school. And you just dreamt of a situation where it was a No Limit versus Cash Money. That was always the talk on the streets. But it's like, y'all never, Mannie Fresh, y'all never like communicated in public. Like, what was kind of that, I don't want to say rivalry because I don't want to pitch y'all against each other. But what was that like with y'all crew and the No Limit crew growing up together, coming up together in the music industry?
Believe it or not, bro, we all knew each other. Like, you know, me and KL, who was Beats by the Pounds, who did all of they stuff. Me and him DJ'd in clubs together as teenagers, you know. And Mia X grew up with me, of course, in the 7th Ward in my neighborhood, and she was in our first group together. Mac, you know, I think I did Mac's first song when he was like 9 years old, 10 years old, something like that. So we all knew each other. It was just friendly competition, you know, from being from different neighborhoods. And, you know, the world kind of put more static on it than what was really there. You like anybody. Sometimes we had little bump ins or whatever, but it never really lasted that long because everybody had their mind on their money and their money on their mind. But, you know, the world kind of pitted us against each other more than we actually was against each other.
Right.
Which is why, of course, that October 25th is big and like that win for the culture overall because, I mean, COVID, everybody wanted it to happen. So now that Timbaland and Swizz are bringing it back with you all, that's going to be major. And I got to ask you, our family, Big Court, he asked Turk if he thought a No Limit Cash Money tour would be possible. What are your thoughts on that? What's your position?
Do I think it would be? Yeah, I think it would be possible. It would be crazy not to get that money. The world want to see that part too. Like, you know, I would think they would be insane, like not to sit down and figure this out right now at this moment and hip hop the way the world feel about old school hip hop, you know, opposed to what's going on right now. And I have no problem with young rappers or anything like that. But right now we getting it, you know what I'm saying? So while the world is paying attention to it and they own it, we would be nuts not to go get that money.
Facts. I agree. Man, you said, I remember in an interview, you said that when you were making beats early in the Cash Money days, like 97, 98, you only had like a few sounds. You only had like 5 sounds to work with making beats. And it's like, I look at how we make beats now and the amount of sounds that we have now is astronomical. And I can't imagine just having 5 sounds to work with. And you made so many different classics and different BPMs. How did you make that work with only having a limited resource of sounds?
I think what's missing right now is the crate digging or to making something incredible out of nothing. You know, the interaction with that, or going back and finding old school songs and going like, that's a jam. How do you turn that into turn it into your own? Now there's so many things that you could buy that is already done. Like, you know, you buy a pack and now the song is already, you just drag and drop stuff on it. So that's kind of taken away from the art of it. You know, what was cool was if you had a good snare, everybody wanted to get that snare. Everybody wanted to know where you got snare from. Or if you found the 808, like, you know, everybody wanted to know where you got that from. You know, but you dug through 18 records or whatever just to get that sound. You know, but there's no interaction like that no more. Like, I think it's lost in this generation to be like, hey, go find like some cool sounds or some cool songs and turn that into your own thing rather than go and buy something that somebody else created.
Mm-hmm. when we talk about some of the classes you all have had, I saw you talk about Still Fly and Juvie's Back That Ass Up, and you were talking about how you saw the vision, but you got so much pushback, and nobody else was rocking with those two songs specifically. I've seen you discuss. Were there songs where it was like the opposite, where you didn't rock with it at all, but the rest of the team was like, we gotta go forth with it, or something of that nature?
Nah, I don't remember it ever being like that. I remember like sometimes when I wanted to change something or whatever, when one of the things that was critical with us, I always, and I've explained it 17 times, where Cash Money is the gift and the curse. And what I mean is the blinged out thing and all of that, that was our thing. It wasn't meant for the world. And there was categories when we was coming up. So our category we was the people that was more blinged out. We had this crew that had, space shuttles and blah, 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 and all of that. And it turned into, that's what rap is now. So nobody got their own style. We wasn't trying to make that everybody thing. We was going, well, this is where we fit in at. And what I mean by that, you had Cash Money. So you had Cash Money, you had Public Enemy, you had Eazy-E, you had like Slick Rick or whatever, Outkast. So that's 4 different brands of rap, 4 different genres of rap. You got a storyteller, you got gangster rap, you got pro-black, you know what I'm saying? And you got the blinged out. And all of them songs played on the radio right behind each other. Now everything that play on the radio is like one-dimensional.
You ain't wrong.
He ain't lying, as we like to say on Hustle and Shine. Look, you coming to the town, and shout out to Whiskey Beer Cigar Lounge. Shout out to Jet Life Entertainment and M3 Management for helping us put this on. And there are different DJs that we have on here. Yourself, myself, DJ Mac, and we got DJ 911. 4 different styles. People may not know, but like you got blend DJs, you got scratch DJs, and then you got DJs that just throw the record on. What is I'm more of a blend DJ. As we go into this event coming up, the forecast, what is your style of DJing?
Well, everything that I just said, I want to remind you of that when you could play those songs like that. That's my style. My style is to bring you the nostalgia of, oh, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. And you just heard 4 different songs, but they were good songs. They was cool songs. I ain't got to be the best scratcher. I ain't got to be, the best blender. But I think my style is the records that I pick. I try to stay in touch with what people want to hear. I don't want to be the best DJ in the world, because sometimes you're the worst DJ in the world when you do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to play for the people. That's what I would call my style.
Now, we're excited for October 11th. Look, I'm just going to be observing and watching the game and watching all y'all DJs do y'all thing. I'll be on the mic to help kick it off. But October 11th is Saturday. We're going to have you in the town. I know New Orleans got its own food, and it is fabulous. But do you get down with the Kansas City barbecue?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, we have to check.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to bring me around. You know what I'm saying?
I got
you. Well, look, we can take you on a Hustle and Shine barbecue tour. We got you for sure.
Right, tell us the time you got before we kick off at the Truman.
I will definitely let y'all know. And and most people know me, like, and please, nobody young don't get this, don't get your all feathers all ruffled up. But I really don't play young music. I play music from my genre, and maybe a little bit like 2005 from that on back, like and I only do that because that's the era of what I grew up in. It ain't a shot at what music sounds like right now, but people know me for doing what and that's what I know how to do best. I'm not stepping on no toes trying to play something that I don't know what it is. So that's what you get when you get Mannie Fresh.
Yeah. What is some of your couple, as we begin to wind down, what's a couple of your favorite songs that you produce that are non-Cash Money songs? Like I know you did a couple with Jeezy. To me, you one of my favorite producers of the 2000s for sure. But what are some of the gems that you love that you didn't do for Cash Money?
Jeezy, definitely, Top Back, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Like, Tina Marie, I'm Still in Love. Like, I was watching Tina Marie documentary, and if you're from the South, you definitely love Tina Marie.
That's a Cash Money record. Was that a Cash Money record? Because I know she was signed to Cash Money. Well, it didn't start off on the Cash Money record. Okay. See, what happened was the song actually got her signed with Cash Money. Oh, okay. See what I'm saying? It was one of them songs where it was just like, oh, so what are y'all gonna do with this? And it grew legs, So, stuff like, I honestly don't even remember all of the songs that I've done. Sometimes, when somebody's playing something, I'm like, oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the crates. When you
The
talked about
dude,
crate digging, for sure.
yeah, Frankie J. You know, if you know, that's like a Hispanic. You know, but I had a big song with this dude, and you know, and it was kind of like out of my element, but it's still, you know, not.
I gotta ask before you go, what's your Mount Rushmore of? I'm
Uh-oh.
look. I'm
Oh
just put it
wow,
out. Mount Rushmore of. I'm gonna make it a little bit easier. Labels or record labels.
record labels. Oh
Yes,
wow.
in groups.
I like that question.
Def Jam, the old Def Jam. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Run
Uh,
DMC. Yeah.
yeah, Profile. That's what Run DMC was on, and I'm gonna explain this why I'm picking these labels. Sleeping Bag. That was on this guy Mantronics. You know, a lot of my beats
Yes.
kind of came from Mantronics or whatever.
Yeah.
And let me think of what other label I would Enjoy. Enjoy was the label like where all the old school rappers. Well, no, let me take that back. Sugar Hill.
Sugar
Sugar Hill
Hill.
was like
Okay.
what Grandmaster Flash, you know, the Fury,
OGs.
yeah, all the OGs were signed to Sugar Hill back in the G. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain why I picked those labels because you didn't get to listen to the song back then. You bought a record off of the label. You know, like
Ah.
if you went to a record store, you knew if it was on Def Jam, it was probably 9 times out of 10, it was a dope song. You see what I'm saying? You just were
Hmm.
like, oh, Def Jam putting out new music, I'm gonna try it, and I'll just buy their record. You know, because you don't have where you got the internet right now where you could go Google that song and listen to it.
Right.
A lot of times you just bought songs off of the label because you knew the label put out dope records.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, shoot, Cash Money kind of had that same flavor. I remember, and it was like you would open up the CD, and then it will be a promo of what's coming. You know, February of 2001. Turk is coming. July of 2001. And you got the new Lil Wayne album coming. So like y'all would do that, and y'all would have that. I think people really did the same treatment to y'all based on the covers that y'all had. Cause them Cash Money covers, you know, they done kind of came back a little bit in the past couple years with
They
people wearing
have.
their shirts and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
so
the whole way that happened was, you know, I used to read comic books a lot. And in the comic books, they used to always do that, like at the end of it, like the same way Marvel movies are made now. Like, you know, at the end, they always give you a preview of what's coming up to keep you interested. So I kind of took that concept and said, like, hey, this is what we always should do. So you can know, like, with this album, what's going to be the next one. So people could already be ready for it and it's a setup.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes some sense.
yeah.
See, that's kind of the era of B that I be wishing that I've experienced. Because of course, I mean, I late '90s baby right here, but I thank God for the internet because I'm able to go back and see some of the things that happened well before I was here, and that's the type of music I love, especially being from St. Louis. The South, we like this, so big love always.
Like
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
Well, look, man, Manny, we can't wait to see you come to Kansas City coming up this weekend and Saturday, October 11th. Get your tickets to the forecast. Is going down at the Truman. And big love to once again Whiskey Beer Cigar Lounge, Jet Life Entertainment, and M3 Management, and especially you, Mannie Fresh. Last time you was in Kansas City, I DJ with you. It was hot as monkey balls, and we had some equipment issues, but we got it right. But we ain't gonna have that this time, man. It's gonna be a nice flow. Can't wait to see you rock out Kansas City coming up Saturday, man. Thank you for
All
joining
good.
Hustle and Shine in the morning.
Thank you, bro. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much.